Hey,
We're doing great, Tammy. How are you doing today?
I don't know. We'll see in a few minutes. Okay. All right. So, welcome to the WTF Wicked Fierce Talk. And we are three women, three stages of life, motherhood, business, a roller coaster of laughs, lessons, and loud opinions. Sure to be a true crime podcast by the end of this whole series. Somebody's going to go down.
Although Tammy's boobs almost just came out, so it
Oh,
may end up being a
see, I
porno
know. I
too.
gotta keep
You never
monitoring
know. A
my.
little soft porn, you know?
Oh, okay, there we go. So much for that sports look today, huh?
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Are you guys
Good.
ready for today's topic?
Yeah, let's roll
I'm
with it.
fighting for
A
this
little
time.
scared. Let's
So,
do it.
and this is business. I'm sure personal will come into play. But when did you last think, what the actual fuck am I doing? And what do I do next? Anybody want to jump in? Don't make me talk.
Nikki,
Does
it's on
every
you.
day count?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
is it both?
Personal and business?
Personal and business?
No, all seriousness, it was really when I was taking way too much on as a virtual assistant, executive assistant, about knocked my mic over. We'll roll with that. Um, and I was like, what am I doing? I did not leave a 9 to 5 to work 24/7
Being
Mm.
tortured.
for other people, not even in my own business for other people. So that was when I was like, WTF, what am I doing? So that's when I shifted my business to do more done for you side, consulting side, and
Happy ever
um,
since, right? Joy, joy, happy, happy.
yep.
Yeah.
And I might be doing another WTF and
Yeah.
revamping again.
Well, and I think it's important to, I mean, have your own table. You starting your own thing. This is for you, not for anybody else. So I think that's important.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
what about you, Kira?
I've had a few of them. I mean, this has been a journey, and I'm somebody who believes in number one, intuition, number two, alignment. And so for me, I've had to visit my situation where I am in life and go, okay, what do I need in business to align with that? And I think one of my biggest what the fuck moments was I had actually taken on too much too, but it was kind of opposite. I actually like being an assistant, and word of mouth had gotten really good. I was like, people were coming to me, and I was like, yes, more money, absolutely, more money, sure, 100%. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I've got all of this work, and what are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, money
That
is
was me
great.
too. That was me too.
Yeah. Money's great, right? Like it's fantastic. But also, I wasn't spending enough time with my kids. My
Mhm.
marriage was suffering for it. I was just working around the clock.
It takes a toll.
It takes a toll. And I had to sit back and go, is this what you want? Is this why you started your business? This isn't sustainable. It's also not scalable.
Right.
And I
Right.
had to realize, like,
I
number
think it's
one, we want to
bad.
be inside of businesses, especially as service providers, B2B service providers. We want to be inside of businesses that can grow along with us. We want to always go up. And if you are in a business and you're working, and this is my biggest advice for people who are in B2B sales, if you are in a business and you are not making more money as time goes, then what are you doing there? What
Right.
the heck are you doing inside of that business? And so I think for me, that was huge. Like that coming, it was like a coming to Jesus, like, okay, girl,
So
you
what
got to
did you
stop now.
actually do then? Like, so what was your pivot? Or did you pivot?
It was letting go of clients that didn't really align anymore. And that was hard. That was rough.
Why? Because you
The
liked them?
hardest thing I've ever done
Was it
is
the
let go
money?
of a client.
Was it
Because of
because of
the money.
money or was it
It
was
was
it
the
because of the
money.
person? Okay.
It was
Yeah.
because of the money, 100%. Like,
Money isn't
yeah,
everything.
you're a dick,
Oh,
but you pay me really well.
yeah, yeah.
Like, like, I mean, that's what it was. Like, yes, I
You
don't
say
love working
money's
with
not
you.
everything, or I say money's not everything, but sometimes it's really
Yeah,
help,
but sometimes
really
it was
helpful.
hard because it was at a time when my husband was on medical disability. So
Uh,
he was out and I was breadwinner. And so it was kind of like, okay,
I remember
I was
that.
just in that hustle culture. And so I did let go. And I'll tell you, when you do let go of things that are outside of alignment for you, that's when the things that show up that are in alignment for you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I mean, I just feel like I can move mountains now because I love where I'm at.
Oh, very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. I'd have to say that I've had so many moments where I've kind of had to start over again. So
Mhm.
if it was one business and whether it would close or open or sell, then it would start over, which was great and which I thrive off and which is my, it's my jam. But there are minutes where it's not always nice. Like
Yeah.
it's hard, it's tough. Really, really tough. So I think it's been mentally prepared to handle that. And because I've been doing it for so long, I can handle it, but the first few times is brutal. I think I mentioned even for, a couple of businesses I had to deal with, I went up against Apple. I went up against NBC. I went,
Yeah.
just different things for different reasons. It's not always fun. And you
Yeah.
kind of got to sit in it, not being fun, and mentally know that you can get out of this, that
Yeah.
you're capable of being strong enough to do this. But there are
100%.
moments you're just going, what the? I'm serious. I am just one person here.
Yeah. And it
I
can
don't
feel
understand where this
heavy.
stuff is coming from.
It can feel very heavy. And it's like
Especially when you
immediately
go
you start to
through it
feel like I'm failing
alone.
at this.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you go through it alone. So,
Mhm.
and a lot of the stuff I did because there was nobody else to go through it with. I mean, it's my husband's not going to have the same feeling towards his business. He's not going to have the same experience of being targeted. He's not going to have these experiences. So there's been many times where I was in different businesses that, you know, it took a toll and it forced me to stand up and be very strong for what I believed in, for what I didn't think was fair, and for what I wanted to show my children I was made of, good, bad, or ugly. But there were some moments I'm sitting there going, "Holy shit, what is wrong with me? Should I just need to move on?" Um, so those were the tough lessons. But because I've been through all those lessons, and we're talking back in the early 2000s, lessons have been going on. And that's not when I started businesses. That's just when. And you know what I found out, or what I discovered, is every lesson got bigger and bigger and harder until now, like you say, you feel like you're on the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much I can't overcome or
Yes.
haven't overcome.
Yes.
So it does bring you to a new path, which I'm
Absolutely.
very grateful for. Thank you very much.
I love that. And I'm actually glad, Tammy, that you brought up that it can feel lonely because you can't talk to your husband. He doesn't understand those things. Like
Connection
you
is not
Goodness,
there.
say it,
no.
but it goes in one ear and out the other. And I said, so that's why it's so important that we have community, that we have people who can understand, that are like-minded.
Talk to your husband about things. I remember there was something going on with me this weekend where we got up to go walking on the beach, and I literally just looked at an email before we were going. I was just like, oh. And so we're going out. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" I
Yeah.
just didn't want to talk about it. I
Yeah.
just give me 5 seconds to breathe, folks.
Yeah.
So
It's funny. That's funny because I had a very, very similar thing over the weekend where I was just feeling overwhelmed in everything, just overwhelmed. And I sat at my desk and I cried. And my
yeah.
husband came in. He was like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "Tell me, tell me." And I was
Yeah.
like, "I don't want to talk about
That's
it."
exactly what it
Like, no, I don't want to. And it wasn't
is.
even,
Let
it
me
wasn't even the
digest it,
thing. Yeah.
please.
I said,
I
sometimes I just need to be like, you
just want to
know,
be alone
Yep.
and left alone to digest it and to
yeah,
process
that's
it.
So
exactly it.
funny
I
because
think
I do
they,
the same thing
I
with
think they try.
mine, but like personal stuff, yeah, I can tell you what's wrong. But business is like it's not even worth going through the whole entire explanation. That seems exhausting. And
Mhm.
then on the flip side, I get oh, I'm sorry. Or,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
exactly. And then
That's
they're on to the
not,
next thing.
yeah. And that's
Next
kind
thing.
of the thing. It's well, they care, but their care only goes so far because we're at a different level with it. So that's
That's
why I
right.
said I tend to not want to talk about my bigger. I mean,
Oh,
some of them you can't avoid, but most of the stuff I can process. I've handled. I've been handling it forever, so it's cool. I know how to do it. Just give me 5 minutes to breathe. So I do think they care.
yeah.
I just think they just, their level of support is. I just want to know, and then I'm sorry and move on. Where I'm like,
And that's why it's
you
nice to
just
have like
wasted 10 minutes of my day. No, just kidding.
that's my biggest tip too is like having community. I will immediately pick up the phone and either voice chat somebody or put it in like there here and I are part of another community and I will immediately run to those ladies like you have no idea what I just da 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 da
And you know
da.
why, Nikki? That's because they can relate. They will
Yeah,
understand. They may have important feedback because somebody's been through it already.
they understand. They
Hey
know.
Keira, we talked for 2 more hours yesterday after you
I see
So
now. See, I can't do no, yeah, I
me neither.
can't.
I hosted my
Love you, Nikki,
biweekly
but I can't
coaching
do
call.
that.
I hosted my biweekly coaching call yesterday, and at the end I was like, "Okay, guys, my hour's up.
I
I gotta
go.
go pick up my
had
son.
to go.
I'm gonna get
She
out."
had to go.
I said, "But do y'all want to stick around? I can make somebody else host." And they were like, "Yes."
Okay
Yeah.
then.
They were on the phone for 3 hours. Like, listen, my
Oh,
head would have been like,
it must have been some good conversation
"It
then,
had
and
to be been."
probably needed.
Yeah,
Like
We
I
did.
felt
We did.
we had our first network meeting. Yay for us. We
Yeah.
had
we
our
did. It was
uh,
fantastic.
wasn't that great? Nikki,
Oh,
you gonna give a shout out for it because she has all the info real quick.
Yeah. So we have the Women Talk Fierce network call every 2 weeks. And we just hosted our first one last week and it was fabulous. We had some lovely ladies join us, and that is seriously what we are all about is just getting together. And even if we want to talk about just whatever, is no sales pitch zone. So we are just there to have community and conversate about business, life, mixture of both. So
Kira,
yeah,
what's
no
the
would love
filter.
to
website
have you.
of the podcast?
WomenTalkFierce.com.
There you go, womentalkfierce.com.
Yeah.
But anyways, my point was we had a couple women on there.
Yeah.
And since our goal is to, I mean, we talk passion person. We don't talk idea this or idea that we want to, I mean, we talk your passion. We talk what's really going on with you as a, as a woman. It is not about coming in with some fake, fake social media profile that we're going to discuss. We really want to know how you feel about toxics and the kind of topics like this, but dig a little bit deeper. But
Yeah.
it was so interesting to see how a couple of us really related because we've been there. And then
Yes.
it's cool to see that a couple kind of went, oh man, I want to be where you are because I know that I can get through this. Or just, it was really cool to see the different aspects of where the women were on that call. And it was really nothing more than sharing insight. I kind of
Yeah.
felt. Sharing where we were, sharing the insight, and sharing how we handled it.
Yep.
It was so good that Kira didn't even get through half of the slide deck.
I did.
Like the
I
conversation was that good.
had to
I didn't
abandon
know you
my
didn't get through
spots.
the slide deck.
No, we didn't finish.
Oh,
We never
good.
got to our shout outs,
Oh,
um,
we didn't.
which was totally fine because it was
Yeah.
such a good conversation.
It
And I
was.
will tell you, I am already loving that group. If you show up,
Yeah.
do not be stuffy. Do not expect us to be
Yeah.
stuffy. Come
It may
ready
not be the
to give
place
us
for
the
you.
truth.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
stuffy, if you want to have that,
Yeah.
postcard
We want
image,
your truth.
probably not the
We want the
spot.
real you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so
Yeah.
that was great.
It's
I just thought
definitely
I was
Yeah.
really gravitated
It
toward
was.
those conversations. It was really cool to see.
That is definitely not a WTF moment for us. That is a
no.
yeah.
That
That's
Yep.
was a like
yeah.
moment.
It was.
Woosah moment.
It
Woosah.
was.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes,
It
yes.
was.
But
We
and I
should
do
actually
think,
bring that topic into the network, like WTF.
Yeah.
well, that we'll have to add that to the content calendar, Nikki.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Because it would be very interesting to see how others have
Their
take
experience.
yeah, how they've pivoted from their WTF moment
Yeah.
to
Even our
wow.
listeners.
I-
Yeah,
I'm
even
just
our
curious,
listeners. I
Yeah.
want to have your experiences in the comments. Let us, if
right?
you're on Spotify, you can leave us a comment and we want to know what your experiences have been. What was your WTF moment?
YouTube, Instagram, whatever
Yeah.
you're listening to this clip on,
But
share.
now I'm curious, emotionally, was I don't know, the pivot, the change, how you bounce back from it? Do you find
Hmm.
that emotional? Do you find that as part of the journey? Where did you find yourself given this? Like I said, mine was emotional, but because I had so many of them, it was then considered part of the journey. So where
Mine
are
was
you guys
emotional.
kind of with
Yeah.
that?
Mine was definitely emotional. Uh,
Yeah,
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 like
definitely.
I had to go through the emotions and accept the emotions in order to come out on that other side. And
Yeah,
I mean, for months, I felt just in this depressed place. I felt like I had lost myself in my zeal for the business. And I was like, where's this going? How am I going to bring it back up? Like, it was almost a despair that I knew nobody around me could understand because they haven't done that. And for them, it's just like, what are you going to do about your business? And they're asking the wrong questions because they're asking questions that actually add to the problem.
Or tension
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anxiety?
Yes. And so they are making me feel like a failure. You're making me feel like a
yeah,
failure. And so I definitely had to, take the time to work on myself and realize like, okay, first do the inner work, then we can do the
hmm
outer
That's
work.
not so easy
It's
also.
not.
Mm-mm.
It is not easy. And, my business, I realized had been neglected pretty much. I had stopped doing my marketing. My emails were a disaster. I just had stopped doing anything. And so getting back to working on the business, working on myself, and coming out on that other side, it was like, okay, now where am I? And I realized that in order to, get to the good, you got to let go of some of the bad. And so that
yeah.
really helps in that pivot.
Right.
Mine was definitely emotional because I had to dig deep and think, okay, I don't like this. I don't like feeling that I have so much on my plate, not only personal, but also business. I just had a baby. My son at that point was probably 6 months to a year old. And so juggling that along with business, so like Keira said, I had to look at my personal life. How can I fit my business into my personal life? How can my business support my personal life? And I had to take a step back and think, what do I want? What is my goal? What do I want my end goal to be? And that was work less but make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So I had to take that goal and create that's the project manager kind of me. But I had to take that goal and create the steps to get to that goal
Yeah, yeah.
and to overcome that WTF
Well, I would just
and
go
move
around singing.
forward.
I would just go around singing that song. Well, is it a country song where it says, if you're going through hell, just keep on going? That
Just
was
keep
my
on
motto.
going.
Just keep on going. You'll get to the other side.
Yep,
That was how I
definitely.
handled it.
I'll tell you, it's funny because I just did an Instagram story that I basically said, I thought 2024 was bad. 2025 has been hell. And I have finally come out on the other side. And thank you, God, for it. Because, I mean, really, that's what it felt like. Like, I was never going to get through that trench. And then all of a sudden, it was like,
Whoa.
God came through and was like, you know what? We're just going to lift that veil.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I said, it does take work, though. It does take acknowledgement. It does take the steps to do it. And it's not always so pretty. It is messy in the middle. It can get much better and it does get better at the end. But the thing is, you know, knowing you can, having a community to support you, is important. Don't,
It is.
when you feel alone, reach out to that community if that's what you need. Do.
Yeah, even if you have like an accountability, I have two or three accountability partners. Whether we may know what's going on in each other's lives at that point, just a simple, I'm checking in with you. I want to,
How you doing?
reach out to you and let's have a coffee chat, or let's just, I have a friend of mine that's actually close to my location. So we meet up every once in a while. We'll go have lunch and
Yeah,
of
if you
course
got to
we
do
talk
it
for
just for
hours on
yourself,
end and
100%.
Yeah, and if you are alone and you don't have accountability partners, here's your invitation. Come reach out to
yeah,
us. We are here for
Ta-da!
you, and
Ta-da!
we have a whole network that is there for you. So come in. We invite you. You are welcome.
And if you
yeah,
have a business and you're in the network, we do try to promote you too. We want
We
to make
do.
sure you're out because we want to promote our community. We want to promote our, all of us that are, striving to be there for each other, whether it's business, family, well, business, personal, or, just in general. Shit's
because
gonna
I
go
promise
down.
one of us has been through whatever it is.
I promise you,
Most
one of us has
likely.
been through whatever you think you haven't been
Yeah.
through. I
Yeah.
promise you on that one. We got you covered. No problem there.
Our lives have lifed over here, okay?
Right. And that's
Yeah,
actually kind of how the podcast came about because we would have these conversations as we
Yeah.
work together. That would just we would see the insight of, what Keira had from Nikki and from myself. It's a nice range, and I find it really, really helpful. I just got
Nice.
off a call with, another friend of mine. Um, and because of maybe some of our conversations, she's taking a completely different turn in her world now that she knows that there is a community who kind of supports her and there is, those risks she can take. And why wasn't she taking the risk? What did she have to hold back on?
yeah,
So it's good to have that insight because sometimes when you're alone, for me, taking a run and just letting it burn all out and just exhaust myself is a tremendous help for me, because I've been there, done it. So we help you find the tools, we help you be there to support you. And the tools could be a conversation, a text, a Voxer, a join the group. It could be whatever. But
Yeah.
if it's not us, reach out to a community that supports you.
yeah.
Matter. Reach
100%.
out for that help. So, ladies, we are shortening our podcast because why? I don't know. I love you guys so much, but I see you too much. No, I'm just kidding. I think we're going to find our sweet spot at around 30 minutes just because, I think we had so much to share and we should just kind of have that one topic
We
that you
could
could
talk
really
for
focus.
hours, to
I
be honest.
know, I know. So let's
Yeah.
just focus on this one topic for today.
Yeah.
Drop a message as the lovely Kira says, and let us know your thoughts and your what the fuck moments. But I
Yep.
think that's all I have to say for today. How about you
That's
guys?
it. We're signing off.
That's it. That's
Golden
it.
rules out.
It's been real. Peace. Catch you on the flip side.
That's it.